Welcome back. Good afternoon, everyone. This is one of the real case studies what we are going to discuss today. This case study was conducted in India. It has come from a Waycool company. It is published in the case center. If you have read this case, you might appreciate that how important the supply chain, especially about the fruit and vegetable supply chain. Here the case which is titled as Mission Not Accomplished, how to realize the full potential from the fresh produce supply chain. Fresh produce. Life may not be more than 3 to 7 days, maximum 7 days. It is a case from India. You might have read this, but still it is my duty to tell you briefly what is covered in this case so that you can answer some of the questions. Case study reading is not like a story reading. It is slightly different. You have to skim through first. You might have seen the method of reading the case. You have to skim through first. That means you are just reading without any pre-notion. You are not giving any value, subjective value to the case. The second reading, we have to do 2 times reading. Second reading should be focused on your specific topic. That means you have to look for supply chain, fresh fruits and vegetables, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, technology, and then whatever you are looking for based on your topic. If you are MBA student, if you are looking at a financial aspect, what is a cost? If you are MBA student who are interested in IT, you have to look for technology related topic. The same case can be viewed differently by different students. So, this case was produced only mainly for students. It was written for students. It is not the biased case, it is a neutral case. There are many different cases. One is critical case. The second option is plain case, that means as it is. So, this is as it is case. None of the arguments are favoring the company and it is not against the company as well. It is saying only the fact what is given in the case company. Sorry, it is founded in 2015. Waycool is the pioneering company which has come from innovative idea of one of the IIT alumnus. He was from IIT Chennai, and he felt that why do we need to have the supply chain of food and vegetable from long distance? Why can't we do it locally? So, he pioneered the idea of having even it is not given, some of the things are not given. In the morning session we talked about organic. He created organic supply chain, and he has created the supply chain in such a way it will be catering to the normal middle class and low income group as well as high income group. How it is different? If you are buying a pack of onion, in the pack 6 onions same size, the price of that pack is much higher than the normal onion. In western countries we have everything mainly in packaging. All onions, all oranges should be of same size. If it is of different size, then price will be lower. So, based on those aspects in mind, he created the company of catering to different purposes. Its Waycool is transforming the food supply chain in India to bring significant value addition. Value addition not necessarily have to spend too much of money in it, even freshness is a value addition. If you remember, I said strategies, and I have not mentioned lean as a strategy. Lean is a production strategy, it is a production method, production tool, production technique, but it is a strategy. Strategy for the investors. For lean investors, they will be investing only in 3 different product line, 3 different machines. If I say agile is also a strategy. Agile for distribution purposes, they will say agile delivery, I will be using someone who can deliver it tomorrow's delivery. So, it is a strategy. So, everything is embedded, all these techniques and tools are having certain strategy in mind. Yesterday we had case study which was talking about the functional product and innovative product. So, functional product one strategy, innovative product following different strategy. In this company they are aiming to build the largest food development and services. See, this is very interesting. Here services, what is service here? I asked this question, then they mentioned that short fruit supply chain, short fruit supply chain, that means lifetime is very very short. We have to give the service, that service is cooling option. Strawberries are really grown in India in certain places, soft fruits, berries are grown, but all of us are not buying, we cannot buy throughout the year. Whenever it is grown, we have to keep it safely with high quality for certain period of time. That service is temperature control warehouses. Not only the truck, temperature control warehouses are being used. Product sourcing, food processing, they are doing branding and marketing, last mile distribution, cultivation practices, everything you might have studied in bits and pieces in the case study. The company is aiming positively to impact 500,000 farmers who are living in the south side of the country India, and they are addressing only fresh products, and wastage should be less, 20% reduction in the value diminution over annual production of 300 million tons. Yeah, this is the one you have seen in the case study. So, I do not remember the numbers, so numbers you remember, numbers are not important, how much reduction is happening in waste, how much increase in the value addition, these things should be considered. So, notable supply chain features of the company: perishability. Perishability meaning is not only keeping fresh for now, keeping fresh until it is sold, that is perishability. So, if you are keeping in the fridge, once you buy from the retail store, if you keep it in the fridge, it will be fresh for 2 days. Third day, if you feel that it is fresh, it is not fresh. All the ingredients, sorry, all the minerals and related nutrients would have gone in the fridge. If you are feeling that it is perishable, it is not perishable. So, that means you are keeping the product perishable until it is sold, then it is your responsibility to bring it to the house and cook it as quickly as possible. Fragmented supply chain base and demand base, they are having this, and lack of price transparency and traceability, it is common problem for any other supply chain. Lack of uniform standard and quality checks, now they are trying to address it and they have addressed as well. Sustainable farm practices are being retained for many several areas, because soil fertility is not the same. Soil in this Orissa may be different than soil in other places. For example, in Calcutta soil may be different, and Jaipur soil is red. So, we cannot assure that what soil is going to be fertile. We have to make sure that you are retaining the soil fertility, minerals and protein content of the soil. When you are growing bean, soil will be having protein rich. But after taking a bean, you should not cultivate bean, that is what I heard from farmers. You cannot cultivate bean in the same one, there are several reasons. If there is any farming community, can tell me when we are discussing. Now, I am not raising that question. So, how to improve the soil fertility, that is another question. And input cost and what are the extreme loss, sometimes the temperature what you kept may not be enough for the particular soft fruit. The temperature what you maintain may be 5 degrees, that soft fruit, small berries and big plum are not the same. They look the same, but the temperature requirement is different. So, sometimes we have to lose some of the products because of extreme weather. So, lifeline, this is quite common to you. If I am explaining to Britishers, probably I have to explain a bit more. You know how the condition is here. Agriculture is a lifeline, no one can deny it. Still we are having most of our GDP from agriculture, and we are spending more time and effort for agricultural produce. If you are having technology in place, probably you will be spending only half of the resources and half of the time. But all of us are not equipped with the technology, that is the inability of us. Technology is working in silo when we are talking about supply chain. Technology is not integrated together. Everybody is thinking technology can help, but we do not exactly know how to improve the technology in order to be used by the small farmers, small farm holdings. So, very big rich farmers who are having acres and acres of land, they are using technology. But what about the small farmers? Are they using technology? can they use technology, whether it is very costly affair or whether they can go for small scale, small sensor will do it. So, I am prototyping and doing technology adoption is different. I will give you some example after finishing the case study for that as well. So, I am not reading through this, it is not teaching, you have to answer for certain questions. So, I am recapping what you have studied in the whole case study. You have seen what is fruits and vegetable supply chain. It is a fruit and vegetable when you are considering this is 33% is fruit and vegetable. That means, we are not selling fruits and vegetables to outside the country, very less percentage of fruits and vegetables are going outside India, mostly it is consumed here. Brinjal, bindi, what else? We are exporting onion, some it is a long life product. Brinjal is okay for 7 days, onion is for 15 days, 20 days, and we are just sending some of the products outside the country. That means, export is there, but not compared to rice or wheat. Compared to rice and wheat, fruit and vegetable export is less in terms of value. Loss is considerably higher, too much of loss. If you are not selling tomato in 3 days, everything will be waste. So, this is very difficult supply chain. Comparatively, food supply chain is difficult supply chain, complicated than other supply chains, because the value of the product and life of the product is very, very short. That means, you have to quickly, it is a responsive, you have to have responsive supply chain. If you remember milk, we said efficient supply chain. Here we have to have responsive supply chain as well, and you have to be very agile in selling. You have to find the secondary market very quickly if you can't sell it in one market, and you can go for the discount price that some of you have already mentioned it. This is about 5 years back data. It is more than 15.3% of farmers grow now. Now, even the urban community is growing vegetables. In certain high rising building, we have vertical farming. So, this is possible now. So, let me go quickly to the next one. Average distance traveled by per capita produce, that means, if you are producing tomato, how much distance is it traveled in order to sell? Tomato, 1 kg of tomato, how much distance is it is traveling to be sold in the market? That is also considered in this one. So, when you are talking about supply chain, longer supply chain, if you look at this one, longer supply chain, you are going to say what is it? The highlighted one you are going to answer. Okay. So, I am not going to say anything, we will come back to this slide. So, fruit and vegetable supply chain, what is the meaning for longer supply chain in this case, and what are the changing nature of the commodities preferred by the consumers. Person will not be eating bindi every day if you are growing it. So, what do you need to do as a farmer? If you are having one say 1 acre land, if you are dividing into 4, one side chili, one side tomato, onion, not onion, sorry, fresh, maybe brinjal, bindi, brinjal, chili, tomato, 4. Can you sell 4 items every day? Can you grow the same number of items every day? No, it is very uncertain. So, what will you do? That is a question you are going to answer later. Okay. So, measures to reduce, we have to find the measures. So, what are the measures to reduce the post harvest loss? Post harvest loss can happen when you are harvesting, when you are packing, when you are taking to the next city. So, it may happen in any stage. So, how you can avoid it? You are going to say all these things when you are discussing. So, typical supply chain, this is the one example given in your paper, you have seen it. I am just recapping what you have seen. Pre-harvest activities, post-harvest activity. Pre means before, post is after. So, crop rotation policy you have to use for answering your questions. These are the clues. Soil conservation practices, pest control I am not very much keen in that. Nowadays we do not need to have the pest control, there are several other measures. We are using even drone for this. We are also having the drone for seeing the leaf, health of the leaf. If health of the leaf is identified, we do not need to have the pest control, we can have the prevention. We do not need to spray anything, we can prevent it in advance. Efficient irrigation mechanism, what is this? Okay, we will see this. Yeah, now I have to go quickly for the questions. I have 4 to 5 questions to you. Information flow. The company is currently using the information from farmers to intermediaries, intermediaries to farmers. Intermediaries are not really like agents, intermediaries are distributors, intermediaries are warehouse storage person, all are called intermediaries in this case. Some cooperatives, they are collecting all the vegetables and fruits, and organized retail firms, they are also collecting the fruits and vegetables. So, information is among these two parties, mainly demand data, how many items are sold. If tomato is bought today, the same family will not buy tomato tomorrow, you should know that data. If someone is buying brinjal, next 2 days they will not buy, they will be buying something meat or something for the 4th day, they will not go for vegetable. It is a small data, but that information is required for crop rotation. We have to, some of the crops are perennial, some plants are perennial plants, but some plants can have only 3 months of life. We can change the crop rotation to a different one. Technology input here in this question, they are still using the technology. What technology? How many items are sold, that information will go. Some of them are having the soil technology, soil, what is the weather, water resistance of the soil, how much retention is possible in the soil, those things are there. Commercial assistance, they are having, I think Tata company has introduced some cloud based data collection, they are using that cloud based data. Some other details, farmer 1 has made so much of growth of tomato, farmer 2 has made onions, some farmer 3 has made this. That means, we are going to decide based on other information and supply schedule as well. Okay, now let me stop here. These are all already available in the case study, we have done it. So, let me stop in this slide. You are going to see in supply demand management which is important, whether volume or price, you are going to debate. So, this is the point for debate. If you are having one of them, sometimes we may end up with outcome wasting natural resources. If you are saying price is not important, volume is important, you are selling huge amount of product for cheaper price. That means, you are wasting water, natural resources, water, you are already given the labor charge, that is going to be wasted. So, you are going to debate on these 2 points. First, let us start with these 2 points. Before that, I have questions. Now, we can give mic to others. Think for a minute before answer. Okay. First question, I will read the question. How can the total efficiency of the fresh produce supply chain management discussed in this case be enhanced? So, in short form, how total efficiency can be enhanced in this case? Total supply chain efficiency. So, it can be supplier efficiency, seller efficiency, totally I have to have something profitable in the whole supply chain. How can I do it? This case study, have you read it? So, any one idea?
Ma'am, I will emphasize on mushroom cultivation.
Yeah, please.
That will require lesser investment, and the outcome, that is the product, it can be doubled. You know,
what kind of laser? Laser for what? Some
less of investment, any input.
Okay.
So, price will be low here. If we are starting the mushroom cultivation, then the price will be low for input for water supply, for any kind of input it is requiring for cultivation, and the volume will be larger. From one pack of mushroom, and it will not even require land also. It can also be done in a room or in a hanging straw sack. तो इसमें आई एम कन्वर्टिंग इनटू हिंदी मैम. तो इसमें ज़्यादा कुछ इन्वेस्ट करने का नहीं पड़ेगा, तो बस इसमें जो फाइनल प्रोडक्ट है वो ज़्यादा होगा.
मेंटेनेंस ज़्यादा होगा ना.
मेंटेनेंस मैम इट विल नॉट रिक्वायर एनी कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट. तो
लोगों का के लिए लेबर चाहिए
मैम, ज़्यादा नहीं चाहिए होगा इसमें.
अच्छा,
बस मेरा पॉइंट ये था कि with lesser investment we can grow more in mushroom cultivation.
Okay, thank you. So what about this particular? Thank you. So she is saying that mushroom growth can happen with less investment. So that means you can change the production from, say, if you are putting green vegetables, you can go for mushroom. So it's alternative but lesser investment. Am I right? Yeah.
Here we will try to first maintain the soil fertility. We will be thinking about techniques and processes where the fertility of the soil is maintained, so that we the growth or cultivation will be higher in the coming years. And second is water management. We will be taking help of technology to maintain the exact amount of water that is required for the cultivation of the crops, so that water is not wasted.
Water is not wasted.
So
yes.
that is also a cost to the production of the crop.
Right.
And then we will try to implement smart logistics.
Smart logistics.
Smart logistics, we will try that
Can you please elaborate? Yeah.
Whatever vegetables, suppose we are growing, first we will be taking into the warehouses, we will be tagging it, so that we come to know exactly on which date the vegetable has arrived, and we will accordingly plan that it reaches the particular market on time before it is perishable. Then we can track the vehicle. Suppose a vehicle starts from the warehouse to the retailer shop, we will see that the vehicles goes on a proper time and proper route, so that it reaches on time. And the retailer also comes to know through it. He will be also be given an app. He will be also seeing the arrival time and all, so that he can plan out if something is getting sold, he can order immediately.
Okay. Yeah.
The next vehicle is arriving. Please put
Okay.
2
thank
packets
you.
of
Yeah, I
tomato.
understand. So that means what he is trying to say is you are trying to give the push, not the pull one. Push supply chain, not the pull supply chain. This strategy. Let me explain this. It has not been explained before. It's a very good idea what he says. See, when you are having several, normally we say we have to have pull supply chain. Demand should be bringing the item from top on. Upstream, downstream, demand should come from downstream. If demand is coming from downstream, then upstream will be producing accordingly, because it is a production, they can decide. But here it is a growth of the plant. Growth of the plant, when somebody is asking for tomato today, I cannot grow it in a minute, I cannot give it. That means now we are trying to do in a different way, even though it is not classified as push. Push means somebody will be producing from upstream, it will be coming to the downstream. Here vegetable supply chain is somewhat like that. In certain ways we are planning, and we are planning tomorrow to have some harvesting of brinjal. Today I will be harvesting tomato, and day after I will be going for bindi. All the sizes are different. I will be planning according to bigger one for Wednesday, and I will be taking out certain smaller one, but that will become bigger on Friday. So, I will be planning in a rotational way. Am I right? Am I understanding that planning what you said? So, if you are doing so planning in that way, our market will be not waiting for somebody giving that brinjal. If you look at the vegetable, whatever is fresh, your parents might be telling you, go to market, see whichever is fresh, bring it. Okay, yes, except for a few things. Today I am going to make bindi bhaji, you bring bindi, that is very rarely. Parents will be saying when there is an event. Otherwise, they will say, you see whatever is fresh, bring it home. That bringing home whatever is fresh, it is based on the planning of the farmer, whoever is picking. So, accordingly the supply chain will be changing. So, now we are not talking about pull supply chain in this case, we are going for push, pull and push. Pull means downstream will be asking the supplier to give something, push means supply upstream will be giving something based on the availability of the supply. So, here push and pull are two strategies you are learning now, and push and pull are very strong strategies. If we are seeing anything in the market for cheaper price, discount, that means production is already done, they are trying to push it, push from upstream to downstream. Pull is pull coming from downstream to upstream, this push is up to down. Pull is down to up, they are pulling it. So, here most of the cases, if it is given in the discount, that means they have overproduction, they are pushing to sell it. So, there are two other strategies, add it, all the strategies. Okay, one of the question is answered, thanks for answering. Let me go to the next, somewhat it is slightly different viewpoint. Yes, please. Yeah.
Ma'am, we can use different technology like hydroponics and aeroponics, that is the vertical farming system, to avoid extra involvement of natural resources like land, water. With minimal use, we can produce more by using these technologies. And if we are doing it in a market area, like in a room, we are installing all the facilities. In a controlled environment, we are producing whatever the produce may be tomato, maybe brinjal, whatever that can be. And we can directly supply from that place to the market area, excluding the vehicular cost, transport cost. So, that can be beneficial, ma'am.
Yeah, so thank you. So, traditional method of harvesting may not be helpful at times, then you can go for hydroponics. And aquaponics is happening for the fish, growth of fish. And in Mexico, it's Mexico, Brazil, those countries, they are having aquaponics in a very greater way. Vertical farming is tried in China. Vertical farming is basically you have to have vertical development. Most of the flats are having vertical development, and some places, if you have noticed in Singapore, in the news, BBC news, they are showing Singapore picture. They are having vertical farming in quite larger scale. So, many countries nowadays, Mumbai is having vertical farming, especially urban cities, they are having vertical farming. These are all possible, but can you sell it? Can you sell those products in a very enormous way, produce in a huge volume, can you sell it? That is the biggest question. If you are having the business, can we have the hydroponic? Is it really useful? Have you tried it?
In case of saffron cultivation, it is proved to be beneficial, and it is also being practiced in Uttar Pradesh and in some southern state also by using this aeroponic technique. Yeah, saffron cultivation, it is being successful, ma'am.
So, we are having, thank you, we are having one or two stories here and there, but in order to make it as a big collective form of message, then you have to work on it. Supply chain and supply chain methods are different, everything are working independently. They are, once they are successful, they have to take that to the next level. So, business will grow as well as it will go to the other companies. Now, talk about this case, please. Thank you. Yeah.
Ma'am, like this case, a company just providing just removing the intermediaries between the farmer and the market. So, for example, we can just take an example that collecting the data of a past year, that how much the consumption is in a tomato consuming in a market. That's why that data can help the farmer, to how much the plant should be planted in a ground to produce this amount of tomato. If the supply is more, this is
Yes,
this is perishable, but the tomato can be sold in a puree form also. Then we can store in a cold store for some time. When the demand gets increased, then after the demand is there, then we can collect from the store and then go to the market and they sold this tomato.
So that is a innovative idea, but sometimes if it's not working, we can also do processing. If you remember, we talked about it. So if you cannot sell the perishable item within the period of time, you can make it as a processed in food. That means every company should have processing unit closer to your farms. Do we have enough space for that? That is the biggest question. So now what we can think of is, challenge is planning and controlling the supply chain to meet with the demand. That is the biggest challenge. So if you are not able to make this to meet each other, that is demand and supply, if supply is higher, have some facility in the central area where you will be collecting everything. If it is not sold, still you can collect back in the same central area and process it. Processed food can be made closer to that. Yes, you want to say something? Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, I think one more thing can happen, and that is the people should be aware about what food is required at what period of time. For example, ketchup in winter, tomatoes are usually cheap, so people prefer making ketchup at home only. And during the time of festivals or any Ganesh Puja or something like that, there are a lot of street food markets. So what kind of fruits and vegetables they demand in those markets, according to that also farmer can plan, and that is how they can make it. Tourist places also happens the same. When the tourists arrive, what they want to eat, so all those things do
So
affect.
where will it be sold? That is answered. Unknowingly you answered the question. That is my next question. So areas to improve, where will it be sold? Where the items can be sold? She answered it. So if you are not selling in one area, quickly can you make the planning, shift the current plan and make it saleable in the other area? If someone is not buying in central city, you can go to rural. But whether we have enough resources, do we have the transport, do you have people to sell the items? Is it as simple as that? If you are having 5 kilos of tomato, you can carry it. If your size is so big, how can you take it? That is the biggest issue, right? Now we are talking about supply chain and logistics. Logistics, when it comes to the shorter supply chain, logistic is easier. When it is a longer supply chain, if anything goes wrong, what will happen? That is another question. So how to win through the fluctuating demand? So she answered this question, and I want, before going to the fourth question, what will be the price if the item is not sold? What could be the price for the secondary market? How much profit margin will you keep?
Actually, that depends on what kind of product it or what kind of item is it.
At a baseline? It's
We have some example in few years back. There was case of onion pricing. Onion, especially can tomato also. So people were angrily throwing out their vegetables in the road because they have to take back to their original warehouse. It would cost more than the transportation could be more than the because at that time the per kg price was barely 50 paisa and 1 rupees. So based on the historic data, last year at that time there was a huge demand of onions. So per kilo it was 120 rupees or 40 rupees. So based on that data they produce more onions, but at that time due to overproduction of onions there was no taker for that. So even if they are going for the secondary market, they have to bear the transportation cost, which was more than their selling price. So it depends case to case basis on how much efficient are the producers.
exactly.
Whether they have exactly at that time, whether they have the secondary market or not, secondary buyer or not. So it depends, and most of the farmers, they are not aware of the current different market situations.
Yes, exactly.
Like nowadays, Reliance Smart or other big players as big bucks there, they are also exploiting the farmers and producers. they just blackmail the producers. So we'll buy from bulk amount, but you have to give the minimum price. So they have no choice to agree with that terms conditions.
Yeah. So, that means more intermediaries are adding more cost. So, profit margin for the farmers will be very, very minimum. So, farmers are not aware of the exact price what is being sold. At the end, how much what they are getting is different than how much it is being sold. So, it is a disparity in the price. So, price can be, if there is no intermediary, just imagine farmer is giving to the company, company is selling it, there is no intermediary. Farmer is the distributor and the company which is buying is the seller, only two firms. If you are having only two firms, then there is no intermediary, the cost will be reduced. Even if it is not sold, we can give it for break even point, we can give it to hotels and other areas. Hotels will be buying as long as the product is good. If the item is good, they will buy it. So, it will be for break even point meaning is there is no profit, no loss. At that point you are selling without any loss, but obviously your labor is loss, your labor, your time, resources, everything will be counted in that cost. So, break even is possible when you are having the secondary market, not at least not having any loss. But at the same time what he said, there is a very big point when you are trying to produce. If some friend is saying I have planted onion, this year it has got so much of profit. By understanding that profit, they are fascinated and it is very lucrative as well. They are planting same onion in the same land soil. Next year onion demand has gone down or many are growing onion. So, many farmers are growing the same plant. So, just to how to avoid this? Many farmers are planting the same thing, how to avoid it? We have studied yesterday, we have talked about it, not about the plant, something else. Even Professor Uma Maheshwarji, he was talking about it. What is it? How to avoid growing the same plant in all the forms?
By collaboration.
By collaboration. But will we collaborate? Farmers, will they talk to each other? There are many farming communities and many helpers, but do they collaborate? Nowadays government has made arrangement, even Indian government has made arrangement through sellers, cooperatives, that they are sending message to the farmers, in your farm do not cultivate this item, this is not suitable for your soil. If any farming family, are you from any farming family, anybody, your parents are farmers? I learnt only from farmers these information. So, government is sending the message. On top of it, if government is not sending message, we can have our own IoT sensor. We can fix the sensor in the soil. Soil will say what is the water retention level. Based on the water retention level, how much rain is going to be coming for this next 6 months. Accordingly, you can plan your crop. So, crop rotation is mainly called crop rotation based on the weather, local weather.
Ma'am, can there be a scope for evening market? Can there be a scope for evening market where the unsold fruits and vegetables, they are being brought together by the farmers or the other sellers, and it is sold at a lower price?
Lower price than break even. That is at least they want some money, they can't throw it.
Like some fruits and vegetables which will next day anyhow spoil. So, if that could be opened for the people, underprivileged people or something like that, if that could be an option.
That could be an option, but we do not encourage that option. We want to prevent the loss, we want to get maximum benefit out of it. So, that is why we are suggesting crop rotation, try to sell it through secondary market, get some at least break even point. So, if everybody is ready to go for the cheaper price, nobody will be bothering about the fresh vegetables. They will wait until evening, buy the cheapest vegetable. So, it is not the way how we are selling. The supply chain is to encourage, facilitate efficient selling as well as good profit. And when you are ready to go for the quality item, you have to buy through the proper channel. Here the question is not about the secondary or secondary market. We are talking about how to make the supply chain efficient, give win-win situation for all parties involved. That means every farmer should get the price what they deserve to get, and every distributor should also get the same expectation. They have to meet the expectation. Government is helping, we have to take help of the other crop rotation advices given by the experts, and we are not experts, we have to depend on someone else. Technology is also helping. So, and how to win over natural calamity? Can you avoid flood? Can you avoid various voracious diseases? We can't. So, who is basically affected? Small farmers are affected. So, in order to avoid this issue, we can also think of some short production. Some plants can be grown within 2 weeks. Can you name anything? Within 2 weeks some plants will grow. Chili will grow up to this level in 2 weeks. So, why do not you think of if coriander, yes, methi, palak, sub within 2 weeks. If you are in a flood prone area, if you are in a place where it is very difficult to maintain the plants, go for the shorter plants, and this is possible. These are the advices given for the supply chain farmers. They are, and this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, I do not know, this is from the case study. They have given many other options. Comprehensive crop insurance is available. Indian government is helping many other different supports for the farmers. Okay, now we are not talking about farming, we are talking about supply chain. Question, another question: how can traceability across the supply chain starting from farm to fork be ensured? Farm to fork is a concept. From farm, fork means it is a restaurant or eating at home, anything. So, final stage, farm cooked one, farm is raw vegetable, raw things, fork meaning is it is ready to eat. So, farm to fork be ensured. How traceability can help across the supply chain starting from farm to fork? Traceability, now we are calling traceability. Traceability means you should know who is a supplier, that is traceability. How can you do that? I want to trace who supplied it.
The only way to get the maximum benefit is to direct selling.
Direct selling.
Direct selling. If a producer is using a platform like Amazon, or these are the big players, but some kind of big basket which are dedicatedly for this kind of services, so they will be helpful. But for that thing, a farmer should also be educated person, and technologically he should be sound and up to date access per market. Most of time what happens, the farmers don't have this kind of technology, and awareness of this kind of skills are less. So, whenever educated people like engineers or and some have basic qualification having this kind of knowledge, when they will be farming it, they can benefit this kind of thing. Normal people cannot have these things.
So,
and
direct selling, that is a concept he is using. It is very true, but how many of us, how many of our farmers can do direct selling? Whether they have capability of understanding business acumen, whether they can sell directly, go to the market and sell it. There are certain farmers market. There is another way, sir, another way of doing it. One is packaging all the vegetables and fruits instead of putting it as a loose, and you said at the end of the day they will be putting in the market, somebody will come and pick it for 1 rupee, which is normally value of 20-25 rupees. They will give just 1 rupee. No.
Not that much cheap, but if it is costing in the morning 25 rupees, they will take it around 17-18 rupees.
Okay, still it is less, it is not the break even.
No,
how much is the production cost, if you know?
Ma'am, I am not very sure about it, but this once I saw in our colony itself, he used to do this thing that in the evening, if I think there were potatoes with him, so they got the tubes, eyes and bulb were grown in it, so he sold all those in a very cheap price, because the other day it was supposed to be rotten, so he gave this and went.
Okay, that is fine, thank you. And what she is saying is from the experience, right? There are certain suggestions. Do you want to say something? Yes.
Actually, in the case of for direct selling, it is actually not. In the case for direct selling, what we are saying, It is, I think it is basically a hypothetical concept because a farmer, how many people a farmer he can give us or sell to people.
Yeah.
In his handful of people can go through the to the farmers and buy the product. But so it has to be channel concept as well as
Right.
the thing has to be in a proper way so that the user will know from which farmer the things are coming so that the cost benefit analysis can be properly maintained.
So, you're suggesting not direct selling, but it should be
It should be in a proper channel
channeling. Okay.
as
Well-
well as packaging concept.
Packaging and channeling. That's a very good idea. What are the, if you are a marketing student, you will agree certainly, selling channels. So, promotion channels, advertising channels. If you are having different channels, different avenues to sell your product, you are in a better position. But as a farmer with limited knowledge on selling, direct selling is also not possible, and multiple channel selling is also complicated. You have to have some collaborative, that is cooperation. In this chapter we have given, sorry, in this case study, it is called cooperative. Cooperative firms are helping the farmers. So, cooperatives are collecting the fruits and vegetables, they are giving nominal price. There is one option, we can go for packaged one, it will be packaged in the farming place itself, and then it will have the barcode, it will be sold. That means you cannot pick it, you have to choose only from the packaging. Packaging will have same size of onions, everything will be same size, but we are not having that control. In our farms, we are not having that control. In western countries, I myself have seen robots are picking the cherries. Cherry should be of certain size. 5 centimeter cherry means 5 centimeter. All should be in 5 centimeter. Robot will be saying this is 5 centimeter, that's 5 centimeter. Then automatically it will be, hands will be the robot hand will be picking the cherry, it will be put in the packet, immediately packaged. Within less than 1 hour, everything will be wrapped, label will be put, and you can send it. But we are not ready to pay that much of money. If you are ready to pay that money as a consumer, probably you can go for that route. So, whatever is available now is channeling, I agree with him. You go for as much as possible, do direct selling or sell it through your friends or sell it through different avenues. Something should be done before the day passes. The next day you will have new harvesting. So, you cannot wait for 3 days. In the shelf we can have 3 days, and I want someone of you to talk. Hindi is okay for me, I can really, believe me, I can understand Hindi. Okay. So, you can talk. Next question you are going to answer, whoever has not answered so far. Actually the question is, how can the wastage starting from the farmer until it reaches the consumer be reduced? Some of them are answered without me asking the question. Let me repeat, how can the wastages starting from the farmer until it reaches the customer be reduced? Farmer wastage, he said different channel can be used, packaging can be used. But let me talk about distributor or warehouse or retailer. How will you reduce waste? Anyone, you can take anyone. Okay. Anybody? Say logistical waste, somebody is picking the item, basket is in the truck, wastage should be reduced. Anybody from this side? How will you reduce the wastage in logistics? I am not talking about CO2 wastage, I am talking about fruits and vegetable wastage in the truck.
We will strategically locate the warehouses near to the markets, so the items can be stored, and even cold storages for perishable goods. You can strategically, location is very important.
Strategic location is important.
Yes, ma'am. And
behind
even,
you,
ma'am, there is another one term. Is it suitable here? And I don't know. In logistics, that's cross docking, which is yes, ma'am. That's that would reduce cost.
Can you elaborate what do you mean by cross docking?
That is a direct from an inbound truck to an outbound truck. It would directly sell to the market without any warehousing or inventory control and all those.
Okay.
So
but are we using for fruits and vegetables cross docking?
even yes, ma'am.
Okay.
In exports and imports.
Okay, give your mic to the next person. Okay.
Ma'am, by having facilitated vehicles like there is a truck which is having cold storage facilities, that can also be like prevent the wastage or spillage or anything.
So cold storage, is it feasible solution? So
Like
cold storage.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
but
cold storage is a good idea, but we need some energy consumption, right? We have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
spend money for the electricity. Give the mic to the next person. To you, middle one. बताओ आपका idea क्या है?
I am also agree with that cold storage vehicle because that would lead to reduction in the wastage of the crops.
Cold storage. Okay. Actually, it's a very good idea. It's very important to have cold storage, but I am very much concerned about the cost. Anybody?
And we can use that solar electric cold storage vehicle.
Okay, solar fitted cold storage. Yeah, that's good.
Ma'am, for the like in a Amul, just collecting the milk from all the villages and the all by just taking a one hub in on the villages, the farmer who have a milk just coming and dropping all the milks there, they having a proper facility like a cold storage, like our milks are preserved just stored here, and the in the evening the trucks will come and all the milks are collected and transferred to the
To the
factory.
next one. Yeah, still, yeah, going for the coal, bulk cold storage hub
Yes,
kind
ma'am.
of thing.
Like this,
Okay.
we can prevent from the wastage. Like after market, the some vegetables are left with the farmer. They can submit it to the cold storage. Then the big players like we are in a cities like Reliance Fresh is there and all. There the big player can connect this.
Okay, I got your idea. So cold storage on rent, something like that. Cold storage will be there. You can rent that space for a 5 hours or 6 hours basis. Then you can put your item there. That's a very good idea. Yes, cold storage. Yeah.
Like in every shop, there is a flash sale, clearance sale. They are announcing sometime to clear the day. Similar pattern, the farmers also have a closed circle group in WhatsApp group, like because everybody has nowadays WhatsApp facility. So they can have a WhatsApp group and announce the basically information should pass through the customer. What is the material, where it is lying. So they could have a common WhatsApp group so that who are the regular buyer, they have a common group and give the information which is now in huge amount or which is now pending. So they could have a give in this matter also. This is very efficient way and
Efficient, cheap way, transparent information
Transparency.
exchange. Not necessarily have to put up some hub, information hub, or you have to transfer the data. But this is very easy and simple, logical one. We can do it. So let me go to the final. Just one more question. There are many questions, but I'll go for the next one. It's a very important question as a logistical MBA student. How can the ideal small and medium farmers for vehicle be selected? How will you choose your suppliers? That's the question. Supplier is small and medium farmers. How can the ideal small and medium suppliers, that is farmers, for vehicle be selected? Vehicle is selecting the farmers. They are not taking all farmers. How? The last two benches, anybody wants to contribute? I want to choose the supplier. Okay, the farmer, I don't want to go for every single farmer. I want to choose very selective farmers. How can I do as a vehicle company based on the case?
Ma'am, then there is customer demand and the volume of the production, like how much a farmer can produce. It's depend upon that.
Whether they can supply on time based on the demand, supply on time to meet the demand. Okay, what is the other criteria?
Production depend upon the weathers and all. We can just size of the land. If the farmer having this type of size of land, then we can connect them. Otherwise, the farmer who are using the advanced technology like soil testing and some in India there are many startup having providing a soil testing, the monitoring facilities. Who farmer are using that type of technology, we can connect for them.
Okay, thank you. So, some of you are saying you have to rely on the quality of the product what they are submitting. Some are saying capability, supply on time to meet the demand, landholder size and technology what they are using.
Basically, according to see the demand and supply, that suppose we will select the supplier as per the our requirement, that he will deliver the quantity, quality, and the other things is that he has the capability to produce that amount. The capex requirement is also there. So we have to choose as per that, and that must be like that the logistics parts the connected to the main city. The logistic part is to be considered.
Okay, thank you. So, in an effect he wants to say consistency of the supplier, how consistent in producing and supplying to the market. So, whether he is producing, say example, if he is assuring I will give you 50 tons of something, if he is a big farmer he has to give. If he is not consistently obliging to the initial contract, then he will not be chosen. Yes. Anything else? Yeah.
There can be big farmers as well as small farmers. Big farmers, like you said, that he is capable of producing large quantity, maybe his prices will be accordingly.
Yeah.
And small farmers, they can make a tie-up that they will be helping these small farmers with maybe with seeds, manures, or some advances, and the prices for them will be different.
Yes. So, for small farmers they cannot be giving big amount, but every time they will be giving the assured amount, not the large quantity, but assured quantity will be given. Here in this case study, if you see, Vehicle is giving the seeds, Vehicle is giving the support for the farmers. Yes.
One real example is in Potato King in Punjab, who is supplying the potato to the all manufacturer in for potato chips, because they have that contract with them. And that third party Potato King is a farm where he is supplying the potato at the doorstep to the customer.
So,
and so efficiency, frequency is also very much important for that.
Yes, that is creating a brand image. Yes. One final concluding statement. So, when you are having the brand image, that company should be harvesting their own product. Walker's, if you see Walker's potato chips, it is a British brand. They proudly say it is produced in UK and it is manufactured in UK. That means produce means only potato, production is happening there, they are manufacturing in the same, they are selling around the globe. So, they are very proud of their own potato, and there is a very less waste in potato. Even the potato cover, the peeled potato is used for something else. And now we are using the potato bags, you might be knowing potato peels are used for making bags, and it is in India. Actually, I have seen it only in South India. Potato bags and packages are easily soluble, we can put it in the garden. So,
ma'am, one more thing can be nowadays people are choosing to go for organic vegetables. There are many farmers, in order to increase the production, they are using other kind of pesticides and injections and everything. They should basically, yes ma'am, it somewhere the case was there in the news, around the muskmelon was very small, and there was some wedding. So they injected the muskmelon and it became of 2.5 kgs. One muskmelon in just the span of 6 to 7 hours by injecting some kind of chemicals. So they can choose to go for the farmers who, even though the production is less from their side, but if the frequency is good and they are using organic things, that could actually.
So, organic is another way of selling the items, but I am not talking about organic here. So, in the case it is not given. So, we will be concluding it, that is a valid point. I appreciate everybody's contribution. Please put some more effort. Next time when we are talking, all of you should contribute. Okay? Hindi does not matter, I do not know Oriya language, but Hindi I can manage. Please talk, and your contribution and your confidence will be making you as a good MBA student at the end. we may get a very good job later. Thank you. Thanks for that. So,
Contract farmings that can also be given, like in the case of KFC, they are giving contract farming to the poultry farmers to grow poultry as per their specification and standards.
so the
They
quality
give-
is maintained from the farm
They
to
give
fork.
the feeding,
Yeah.
all things.
That is very good point. Thanks for reminding me. Walkers is using the word farm to fork. Quality is assured everywhere because they are producing, they are distributing, manufacturing, distribution, everything happening within that company. So, they are assured of. So, what he said is correct. He mentioned clearly workers are not making the potato themselves. They are tying up with the farmers. They are dedicated for the company. Similarly, what you are saying is farmers are dedicated to send the product only to that company. That company will be taking care of quality of the product. So, seeds will be given, training will be given for the farmers, even packaging farmers will do clearly in a way to avoid the moisture development within the packaging. So, all these things are assured, so quality is assured. Thank you very much, and today's session is ending now. We can finish.